Package current accounts are available from many of the leading banks here in the UK, and they give you, in return for a fee, which we'll come back to in a minute, inclusive travel insurance, mobile phone insurance, and breakdown cover. Some of them might give you a few extra things on top of that as well. The question is, are they worth it? Are they worth paying out every single month for this stuff? Well, they can be. That's the kind of the short answer is they can be. If you are already likely to be paying for at least two of those different services, if not all three. If you're someone who does not need breakdown cover for whatever reason, maybe you don't drive or maybe it's covered elsewhere, well, that obviously knocks things out a little bit. And mobile phone insurance, some of them give gadget insurance or a few extra things there, but mobile phone insurance, do you need that? Are you someone who's always damaging or losing your phone, in which case those insurance policies could be quite handy. But if you look after your phone, you put it in a case, you make sure you don't leave it laying around all the time. If you've never had a problem, doesn't mean it won't happen, of course, never had a problem, then again, maybe you don't need that one either. And when it comes to travel insurance, we all like to get away, right? So assume we are going abroad. But the bulk of these, and I'll take you through some of the top ones in a moment, the bulk of these are worldwide insurance for the whole year. Now, if you are going abroad more than once in a year, that can be a worldwide policies are generally, annual policies are generally quite good. But if you're only going away maybe once a year, it might work out cheaper just to buy a policy for that 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever it might be. Particularly if you're only going to Europe, because again, they're cheaper still. So what you need to do, whenever I give you these figures, how much these cost, what you get for them, what you need to be thinking as well, and it's definitely worth doing it the first time, is just getting a quick quote. How much would it cost you to buy these things individually? And I definitely think if you're buying just one of them and not the other two, you're better off, most cases, if not all cases, buying just that policy separately. And don't forget, go via cashback sites to get some extra money off them and things like that. If you're buying two, starts to get more interesting. Buying three, these certainly look quite appealing overall. So what are the leading ones? There are obviously loads of them out there. I'm just going to take you through the ones which I think are the best ones. And then I'll also mention a few others you might want to consider, which have a few extra features for certain people in certain ways. So here we go. There's a table. We've got a full analysis over at BeCleverWithYourCash.com with more detail on all of these. And we're producing individual reviews as well at each of those different accounts. If you want to really dive into those ones, you can as well. And what I'm focusing on here, again, to say is just those kind of costs and those insurance policies that are included as part of it. Not only of the other extras that some of these accounts might give you and some of the other ones that are available that we're not speaking about also have, because you can get those perks such as free Disney Plus with Club Lloyds or £5 a month from Halifax Rewards, in addition from a standard account that those banks offer. So you don't even necessarily need to go down this route to get this. You can have a separate account, get those perks, and have a separate package current account for the insurances at the same bank or a different bank if you wish. Of course, if you do go down the route of one of these, it's obviously worth looking at what some of those extra perks you might get, but we're focusing here really on the insurance. So the first one, the one that I think is probably the best one out there right now in terms of value for money, is the Nationwide Flex Plus. This will cost you £13 a month, £156 a year. This one gives you worldwide travel insurance for your family. Really important. There's not just you as the account holder, but for the family as well. Also, mobile phone insurance, again, for the family. And that breakdown cover, that is for UK, Europe, but that is just for you as an individual. Although, of course, if you've got a joint account, then it covers both of you as well. That one, I think, is really good value for money. You get a lot going for you there. Slightly cheaper than this is the Virgin Money M Club at £12.50 a month, 150 quid a year. So you save yourself £6. This one, very similar in lots of ways. Worldwide family insurance. You get not just mobile phone insurance for the family, but also gadget insurance. A few other things can be added on there as well, which could be quite good if you have loads of gadgets. That might make it, give you the edge over Nationwide. The breakdown cover is just the UK only. Again, that might not be a problem if you aren't driving overseas. And a couple of other ones quickly to talk about here. The Cooperative Bank Everyday Extra account, £15 a month. So we are going up a price a little bit here. Very similar, worldwide family travel insurance. The mobile phone insurance is just for the individual, but again, a joint account can get you around that. And similarly, the breakdown cover, UK and European. Where this one is slightly interesting compared to the other ones is that if you are older, then this thing goes up to, I think, to 79 years old. So it's definitely one to be thinking about if you are older. It's harder to get travel insurance that when you are older. This one might be a route for you to go down. And finally, the last one here out of my top four to include is the Lloyds Silver account. This is £11.50 a month, 1st of July 2024, its increase was £10, now £11.50 a month. So cheaper by a quid, £12 a year than that Virgin one, 138 quid a year. This one, the big reason this is different to the others, why I'm telling you about it, is because this is just European travel insurance, not worldwide. So if you don't need worldwide cover, do you really want to be paying the extra? Now, this was more appealing when it was £10 a month because that difference was larger, obviously. Now that price increase has come along, £12 or £18 difference between the Virgin and the nationwide ones for worldwide cover and other things, maybe not worth paying. Maybe would be worth paying a little bit more for them. Now, there is a couple of important things I want to tell you about these things. I'll talk about some other policies in a minute, some other ones you might want to consider, but really important I mention this. It's to remember that each of these insurance policies will be different. So just because they do worldwide travel insurance, great, or breakdown cover here or mobile phone. So what you want to do when you think, at least the one you want to go for, first of all, if not look at a couple of them, is just to check within those policy documents what it actually is you are covered for. Because you might find some things are excluded. So if you're someone who's always going skiing, is that part of it? That could be a big reason why you go for one over another. You might also find if you've got pre-existing medical conditions, like with all insurance policies, they'll want to know about that, and they might want to charge you more on top of that fee to cover you for those. And again, it might be that one of them charges more than the other for that pre-existing condition. So do go in, look at all the options, the account details. I know it's really boring to go through those policy documents, but just look at least the summary documents, see what's there in essence to give you a sense if you want to go down that route, and check you're not excluded for anything here. Not just the travel insurance, remember, the breakdown cover and the mobile/gadget insurance as well are really important things to be taken into consideration as well. Very quickly, so I mentioned some of the other accounts out there. Again, we have got a full analysis of all these other options and more details on all of them over at becleverwithyourcash.com. But you might want to look at the Halifax Ultimate Reward insurance policy. This one is £19 a month. Again, another one where the price increases on the 1st of July 2024. Where this one is different to the others is it adds an extra one. So it's more expensive, but you also get home emergency cover included here. So that's things like the plumber or something like that, up to £250 per claim. So that might be an extra thing. If you're paying for that already, again, it might be that with the mobile phone insurance, the UK breakdown cover, and the worldwide family travel insurance, that it's worth paying that little bit extra to be getting that one. Another one that's interesting is the Revolut Premium account. This is £7.99 a month, so cheaper than all the others, less than 100 quid a year. But there are some things to bear in mind here. One, this is pretty much just about travel insurance, so you do not get the mobile phone insurance or the breakdown cover or anything like that. You do get some discounted lounge access if that bothers you, but you obviously have other ways to save money with that one. So it could be that is worth looking at alongside some extra features you get with Revolut. It might be worth considering that, but again, find out if you just want annual travel insurance, is there a cheaper policy that covers you for what you need, just going directly to the insurers there. It's also worth noting with the Revolut premium one, there is a minimum term there of 10 months, which is quite lengthy as well, but that's to prevent people buying it for 1 month and cancelling it and disappearing as they go along. They are the main ones I think worth sharing with you. Interesting one potentially that's worth sort of thinking about as well is Monzo. They obviously revamped. We covered that earlier in the year. They revamped all their packaged accounts, and this Monzo Premium was replaced with Monzo Max. This one costs £17 a month. Worldwide travel insurance, worldwide phone insurance, UK and European breakdown cover, but it only includes you as an individual. If you want to cover your family, it's an extra £5 a month. So you're paying 22 quid every month, and that will then cover the insurances and the breakdown cover in addition, not just for you, but other people. Where this one is maybe interesting, and again, we've done a full analysis of Monzo Max, there's other cards elsewhere, so do check that out. But where that's interesting is you also get some of the other extras that this packaged sort of bonus Monzo accounts offer. That includes an annual rail card worth about 30 quid, and a weekly Greggs or a sausage roll or a coffee or something like that, which obviously can add up to around 50 or 60 quid as well. Those things, you might be, if you're taking advantage of those anyway, and all the other bits and pieces, you might find that that's a good one to consider. But ultimately, I think go back to what I said at the top, you really most important thing when you're looking at all of these is, first thing to consider is, do you need it? Are you overpaying for the facility to have this packaged current account? And if you feel that you are, Might make things a little bit easier. Just do that, sign up, it's all in one. But if you spend a little bit more time looking at individual things, you might be able to save more money going down that route. My name's Andy Webb. Thank you so much for watching. Check out these videos here for more ways to make the most from your money.